If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Three, two, one.
For the land of the bratwurst, where we are broadcasting the bottom split. Indy, wait. From the bottom split.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much what you said. Draft, dive bombs, and potentially death, depending on how those dive bombs go. So the dreaded triple Ds.
I like that top split alliteration there.
Thank you. I've been known to make some decent commentary here every once in a while. It's my one good piece of commentary for tonight. Now it's just going to be obvious nonsense and random screaming.
Yeah, this is gonna be my first time trying to commentate on a race that obviously you guys be doing top split. I can't see that. I can just see bottom split. So I see someone wreck, you're gonna hear me scream like a maniac, and hopefully we'll be able to cut to me and see exactly what I'm screaming at.
So you're telling me
The dumpster fire continues.
I was just gonna say, the viewers are getting 2 races for the price of 1 tonight.
And, well, they're just not hearing me and all that kind of stuff. Now you should be able to hear me all, by the way.
That's kind of sad because it was a pretty decent intro. Maybe one of your best ever.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a little rusty. I take a week off and I forget how to push buttons and do things correctly.
That's fine. At least we're here to back you up.
I appreciate that. David Porcelli, by the way, quickest after lap number 1, 2 minutes, 0.50 seconds. Just about a 2-minute flat. Jason, are you anywhere near that pace as number 1 in bottom split?
I'm only about 3 seconds off that right now, and I'm in 5th in bottom split as I don't spin. Coming out of 5.
So bottom split is 3 seconds off the pace of top split.
So I'm looking at the entry list, and I am a little bit shocked. Is it me, or are we missing a name here that I think we all expected to see?
Yeah, James, you're not wrong here. Graham Sanders is not entered in this week's top split race, and really what makes that huge, he was only, I'm going to say about 200 points out, but he was 2 weeks fewer counted than everybody else. So getting into the drop weeks, this really had the potential to be kind of crazy from what we're, what I figured we would see Graham towards the top of the charts. He's already burned up most of the drop weeks. Doesn't have many that he can give back here, especially at a place like Road America where we've seen him so quick in the past.
Yeah, which means we're probably going to see him next week for Phoenix.
Whoa!
It seemed like the Giudessa guys have been kind of keeping away from the oval season, but Graham might not have any choice this time. And I take it J07 just died.
Big lap, Nicholas Daly, how about it? 2 minutes 3, Everett Paddock, new quick time, 2 minutes, 273 seconds. David Porcelli goes from 1st to 5th in the span of 5 cars coming across the start-finish line. Everett Paddock, Ted Burns, likely to be your front row at this point. Nicholas Daly, Chris Preston, currently, tentatively on road number 2. Great lap for Carl Lemkool, 6th quick, 2 minutes, 0.668 seconds. Oh, so close to being a nice lap. But, man, I think he'll take it. Frank Wynn, Diego Ortiz, Nagisa Yoshikawa, Kylo Ciacelli, your top 10. And some names that are sort of towards the bottom here that I kind of figured we would see a little bit higher up here. As we'll pick up Kylo as he's making his way around to complete lap number 2. He'll be the last car to finish qualifying. Mike Holler, 16th in qualifying. Benjamin Kopke, 15th in qualifying. We've seen a lot of good stuff here out of Benjamin the last couple of weeks, James. We're going to have some guys going back to front here. Let's say it that way. Great lap for Kylo, by the way. 2 minutes, 3:46.
Yeah, wow. David is now down to 6. That has to be like his lowest starting spot in as long as I can remember.
Well, qualifying is done. It is time to go racing here at Road America. Still working on getting Patrick Burns' camera feed in here. We can't see it yet. At least I can't see it yet. But Full pace lap coming up here once again. Love the full pace lap here. I'm not entirely sure why we do these, but let's get you the starting lineup here as the field's going to all slot into position. Starting on the pole will be Everett Paddock with a lap time of 2 minutes, 0.273 seconds. Only 41 thousandths back on the outside is Illinois' Ted Burns. Nicholas Daly, Kylo Ciacelli on row number 2. Another Canuck, Chris Preston, lining up just behind his teammate Ciacelli inside of row number 3. David Porcelli, carrying the number 1 plate, will roll off in position number 6. Row number 4 is going to have Carl Lemkool and Frank Wynn. Diego Ortiz out of Mexico and Nagisio Shikawa out of Illinois on row number 5. Row 6 will have the UK and Ireland's Richard Holt and New England's Brian Labarge. Row number 7, Russ Addy and Australia and New Zealand's Jai Potts. I think we only need a driver from Asia. We will have covered every continent at this point. Benjamin
And I will
Kupke.
tell you, Jai is quick this week, Chris. Simon and I were having a battle last night, and Jai chased us down from about 8 seconds back. He's one to watch starting further back there.
I was going to say, if he's starting 14th, he's going to be a fun one. As will row number 8, Benjamin Kupke out of the Germany, Sweden, Germany, Switzerland, Austria kind of grouping of countries. I don't know why iRacing does that, by the way, kind of dumb. But Mike Holler out of Illinois will line up in the 16th position outside of row number 8. Row 9 will have California's Tom Whitmer and Ohio's Frankie D. And that will make up the 18-car field here for tonight's race. And pick them up as they're going to make the run down to turn number 1. We'll throw to Patrick because I'm not sure that he's here in the room. Patrick, are we going to see carnage at turn 1, or are we just going to get a lot of you screaming?
This being bottom split, I expect to see a ton of carnage. We've got Chris Kleiss leading the field.
The best part is I've got 3 triple-digit iRating guys in the 2 rows behind me. So
I just want to say, we have a guy called Lucky Choppin here. I don't know if that's his real name or if he begged iRacing for that name. But I am getting now 3 alerts now on my SDK, 4 now, that he has crashed, and we haven't even left the pace laps yet. So a 5th one now. So this is going to be a very interesting bottom split race.
he is sweeping his way through the moraine sweep very slowly.
I was gonna say I just cut to him, and he's just stopping on track and going. Maybe he's trying to build up a gap. We've got a 6th alert that he's crashed. He hasn't crashed.
I wish we could see this, Patrick. We don't have your RTMP feed for whatever reason here, but yeah. So James, we're now down through turn 5 on the top split pace lap. This is one of those places that I look forward to every year, or every season, I should say, because turn 5, 6, and even into 7 is absolute insanity. We saw Graham Sanders loop it here the last time we were here, and it was almost carnage for the entire field behind him.
Yeah, I think he, if I remember correctly, he spun and was like inches close to hooking John and yeeting his teammate into the outside wall. So,
yes, David Porcelli had a God knows how he made it save.
He had the lucky chop.
I see what you did there, Jason. We're going to mute this guy eventually.
You're assuming I'm going to survive lap 1 in this bottom split.
I'll put the odds there at about 60-1. You will get Punterino'd. We'll see if we get any of it out of top split here. Through the
Take that bet. 1 week free in season 4 from National Racing Network for the PM18 officials if I survive lap 1.
Are you starting on pole?
No.
Oh. All right, yeah, we'll give you a free week. We'll do that. If you can survive lap 1.
But here we go. We're coming right into 14. It is going to be a disaster.
All right, I am on board with Jason Owens. I'm going to watch him through this first lap. If he can make it through here, I guess he's getting a week free.
Top split field making their way through turn number 14. The pace car will make the quick left-hand or right-hand turn and run up the hill. The field will be in control of pole sitter Everett Paddock. He will be on the inside of the racetrack for turn number 1. The question is, when does he decide to go? 15 laps at America's National Park of Speed. Indy Pro 2000 is green.
In bottom split, Jason Owens going wide into turn 1. Jason Owens loses it, comes into Robert Drew. And wow, that's going to be a 3-car wreck in turn 1. Jason Owens unfortunately did not survive turn 1.
Oh, we've got one car going off here at top split too. Brian Labarge heading off into the kitty litter. We'll see if he's going to be able to get back out onto the racetrack. Everybody kind of serpentining their way down under the Sargento Cheese Bridge, all playing nicely at the moment. One car popping out of line a little bit further back. Oh, man, big dive up the inside. Here comes Ted Burns. Wide move to the outside by Kylo Ciacelli. Paddock going to hold on. Side-by-side battle back there for the 4th position as well, as Ted Burns has to slap back in. Hold on to P2. Great battle shaping up here. Nicholas Daly, Nagisa Yoshikawa running side-by-side.
Yeah, Nicholas seems to be dropping like a rock. Meanwhile, Porcelli already up 2 spots up in the P4.
Yeah, he had to make a move quick on this one because you don't want to lose the lead toe here. That is absolutely critical for this one, and we're seeing that now. It's really, a little bit of a bobble there.
Well, half the field's done in bottom split.
Good
Yeah,
race,
that
fellas.
was an incident down there.
We wouldn't expect anything less.
With half the field gone at a bottom split, I guess we'll give up on trying to get the technical difficulties sorted. I'll still try and call it radio style when I see something interesting happen, but I guess I'll move on over to top split coverage for y'all.
Hey, that works for me, buddy. Getting 1 lap in the books here.
Too much damage. We're done. So I'm gonna hop into top split. Give me a corner and I'll call it radio style.
Oh, this could be fantastic. Oh, big draft up at the front. Burns, Paddock, Ciacelli. Burns through to the lead. Let's have Jason, you pick up Canada corner. Patrick, you go to turn 5.
10-4.
Out of 2, still going to be Burns, Ciacelli, Porcelli, Paddock, Preston, your top 5. They've separated about a 3/4 of a second gap back to Carl Lempool in the 6th position. Now they're going to make their way the first time down the hill here into Patrick.
Yeah, I'm gonna need help on which one's turn 5.
That turn.
That turn they just went through.
The one before the Corvette side.
That is correct. Oh my
Excellent,
goodness.
Excellent.
We're professionals, ladies and gentlemen, I swear.
I am a degenerate. I don't know American racing circuits nearly as well as I do Brazilian circuits, so you'll have to forgive me.
The problem is that Bizzle is too distracted by all of the Johnsonville signs around the circuit to understand exactly where he is.
That's actually why I wanted to keep him away from the big Johnsonville bratwurst sign.
Oh, the one by the hairpin, not the hairpin, but the carousel. Yeah, I love that one.
We have gone completely off rails, and we're not even 3 laps into this race.
They're down towards Canada corner. Jason, what do you see?
Nothing, because I'm loading into the other.
Oh, this is fantastic. All right, so we'll try this again in a lap or so. Ooh, a little bit of a wide move there.
Turn 5.
Yeah.
Little bit of a bobble there from Kylo. If I'm Kylo Ciacelli, I almost want to let Porcelli by and just fall in line and let him be that guy who's going to drag me up into Ted Burns. Kind of what we may be
Agreed.
seeing here. Oh, man, but he
big
fights
move
back
in the water.
tough. That's a hell of a view if you can see from turn 5 to turn 1.
I've got mirrors set up on the track.
Oh, yes, we do. Top 3 splitting out here. We're going to slide back, pick up Diego Ortiz and Nicholas Daly. Orange and black cars here in the
Huge
5.
run down the straightaway, too wide through turn 5. Goes wide, and it's going to be single file going under the Corvette bridge.
I'll tell you what, that was a nice pass there by Diego Ortiz, picking that spot up. The other big one here, Everett Paddock has lost Chris Preston. He's back 1.2, 1.3 seconds here.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? Like, I don't know what's going on with Everett's car, but he's just falling like a rock. I don't know if he has too much downforce cranked into it, but this, considering that just like a lap ago he was in the lead, this is a interesting turn of events for Everett.
Heading down towards the kick here, Jason, Ted Burns, Kylo Ciacelli. Are we going to see a move?
I'm not sure because I'm looking at the Johnsonville Bridge right now.
And you're giving me all this stuff, and here you are staring at the Johnsonville Bridge.
Oh,
Well,
my God. The only thing this is missing is Emmy McCullen absolutely trashing us in the comments.
Right?
It's well deserved, Em. It's well deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say that again. Porcelli's got to have the peak once again. I'll tell you what, though, Kylo, a little bit of a pre-bizzle there. Pulls himself down just a little bit to the inside, blocks the lane off into one. Nothing for Porcelli to do. It's bringing Chris Preston back into the fray, though.
Yeah, it looked like Kylo was looking about having a move on Ted himself.
And quite frankly, James, with 12 laps to go, I don't know that there's a ton of incentive. All second, third, and fourth are all Team Watson affiliated race cars. No real reason to make a dumb move here as we get into 5.
No real reason to make a dumb move. But Kyle Ciacelli is looking to make it go on the outside, but that's going to lose him a position now coming under the Corvette bridge into turn 5. This is fantastic.
For you, maybe?
So Porcelli clears Ciacelli under that Corvette bridge, and now we're going to see the chase really take off here. Porcelli, Ciacelli, and Preston. Ooh, one of them kicking a little
Right
dust up.
under the bratwurst.
Yeah, kicking a little dirt up
so.
on the brats.
You know, I'm now looking at a map of this track on my favorite website, RacingSurface.info. No, what you guys have been telling me is turn 5. Is actually turn 5. I always thought that was turn 4 and past the Corvette bridge. That was turn 5.
That's because turn 2 isn't really turn 2.
Are we gonna? We don't have time to start this debate, everybody.
Turn 4 isn't really turn 4 either. It's just part of the straightaway in between turn 3 and turn 5.
That is correct.
I feel like this is just another bad episode of Pete's at the Pagoda that just happens to have a race in the background.
I'm just saying,
And
these aren't even corners.
A fun race at that, as we're doing the Dragon here up the front straightaway. By the way, you're not really missing anything else. Everybody on the racetrack, outside of the top 4s. Excuse me. Holy cow, I'm choking on myself. Everybody else separated by about a third of a second or so or more. So not a ton going on here. But Ciacelli locks it up into 2. Oh, he shoves Porcelli off the racetrack.
Porcelli is not happy.
Chris Preston is, though. He's got a shot to go 4th to 2nd. Dynamite call out of turn 5 that time. Preston Ciacelli going to stay tucked up in line. 4th place Porcelli is now falling back. Gotta wonder if there might be a little bit of damage on that race car. We'll pick him up on the close-up view here. It doesn't look like I'm seeing anything. Front wing looks okay. Right side of the car looks all right. A little bit of a bobble there.
Yeah, we've got Ted Burns strong out of the carousel, running through the kink. Finally have some sort of camera aperture set up here that I can call.
I am just watching live feed from the broadcast booth.
Oh, one of my favorite cameras we have. Absolutely dynamite work by Connor Baldwin at Canada Corner.
And they nearly run over the camera there, too. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's such a good shot. Everybody that's fast there kicks up all the dirt coming out of Canada. And in the famous words of Wishshire, if it's paved, it's racetrack.
Yes. Bring back the gravel traps that will damn near kill people if you hit them wrong. Because at least they're a penalty. Oh, big slide for Porcelli out of 1. I tell you what, this second little pack is starting to tighten up here. Porcelli, Paddock, Lemcool, Ortiz, and Yoshikawa. There's your top 3, followed by the bigger line.
I expect we're going to see a move out of Everett here into 5.
Yeah, that
Is he
maneuver.
going to make it? Side by side now going into 5.
Not only that, but
Gonna go for the crossover. Touch of contact, and they're gonna get out of there just fine.
you guys missed Chikeli almost running over Preston through 5-2. What a nightmare that would have been for the teammates.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of work to go, though. Still separated by about 4/10 apiece between first to second and second to third. Still a long way to go
They
here,
were
though,
a lot
James.
closer than that for a moment there, Chris.
Everybody
Top 3
here
are running pretty uncontested down here into Canada Corner.
Yeah,
you almost have to wonder if Kylo and Chris Preston are content to just draft off of Ted Burns here till we get to the later stages of the race in order to keep that almost 3-second gap back to Everett, who's now running 4th.
Well, and I'll tell you what here, James. Let me bring you in on this because Ted
I'm
Burns
Jason,
is,
by the way.
Well, I know, but I want to bring James in on this. Ted Burns is not a contender for the points championship here. This is a monster points night, a 37-79 strength of field. Preston is 3rd in points. Sanders isn't here. Paddock's had some trouble. Kylo Ciacelli, 10th in points. Well within striking distance of Frank Wynn in 7th. Is this kind of discretion the better part of valor and you just ride for 9 laps?
Well,
Doubt.
it is, and it isn't. Obviously, there's more points for winning the race as opposed to finishing second. So you want to try to get the win. You want to try to get those extra points, but you need to be smart about it.
We're sitting here talking about that as Ted completely covered the inside dive in 5, but Chris looked around the outside.
To take the flip side to what you said, James, there's a hell of a lot more points for finishing second than there is for finishing 18.
Precisely, which is why I was getting to be smart about it before I was so rudely interrupted. Be smart about it.
I don't need the sass, James.
Well, too bad. That's all I do is give sass. Why do you think they keep me around
We've got a problem here because Preston has blipped in and out 3 times so far in 4 corners.
Yep.
Almost like the way a Johnsonville Brat would disappear around Patrick Byrne.
That's
Absolutely,
2 great
they're
sausage
delicious.
jokes, Jason.
I don't know. I thought Preston was going to take a look down there
Side
to the
by
inside
side in
into
the
Canada.
Canada corner. He is.
Oh, what a move. Diego Ortiz trying to get around David Porcelli. They're going to stay side by side. Oh, he wisely backs out through 13.
Porcelli's going to hang on to it into the final corner up the run.
I'm going to stay with the top 3. You guys stay with that fascinating race that's going on back there. We have, what, 4th through 8th separated by less than a second at this point. An absolute banger of a race again here in Indy Pro Top Split.
As always, by the way, halfway home, 8 laps down, 8 laps to go. Well, 7 down, 8 to go, but it's lap 8 and there's 8 to go. Deal with it.
That's that Pennsylvania math.
Yes, it is. It's a 15-lap race. 8 laps is halfway.
And also in Pennsylvania, they don't have roundabouts because the study determined that roundabouts cause tornadoes.
Yes.
Wow, they are close into 5. Preston with the crossover almost, and is literally on the gearbox of Burns coming up the hill.
Yep, we got him here. That battle's getting really good. Kylo falling back a little bit here. Wonder if he may not have kind of that same type of damage that Everett Paddock had.
He's out of draft range of the top 2 now.
Yeah, and quite frankly, he's in no man's land because the second group is 3 seconds behind him. So he may just kind of be stuck there in podium purgatory for the next 8 laps or so.
Ted Burns' car looks almost like I put that setup together for him. It's very, very fast, but it looks very on edge. I've seen him use counter steering just about through every corner here. I almost wonder if he's burning off the rears a little too quickly.
He was super smooth there through Canada Corner, though. I'm keeping an eye on his steering wheel.
It just seems like maybe in some corners when Chris Preston gets too close to his rear gearbox, he just gets on the power too quickly and really driving aggressively.
Yeah, it gets a little bit of oppo, but he's still holding the lead. Kylo a full 2 seconds back now.
Yeah, Kylo is dropping like a rock. However, he's not losing a ton of time to Porcelli, though. It seems like the top 2 are just getting out ahead of where Kylo is running at the moment. Let's slide back here. Pick up that Porcelli, Ortiz, Paddock, Lemcool, Yoshikawa battle. They're still dipping tires off.
Was that a mouthful?
Well, you see, if you dip tires off under the bratwurst bridge, you can just dip it back in the hot beer you have on the grill, and you can get the dust off. But if you do it under the Sargento cheese bridge, you're kind of stuck with just dirty cheese.
It slows you down a bit. You get a little, the cheese.
As Ortiz goes for another move in turn 6, can't get it done, but Porcelli runs a touch wide. They're still going to be bumper to bumper. Porcelli having to chase the car up to the outside.
Nick Camargo checking in saying Team Watson beef. Speaking of beef sausages, that's that Johnsonville Bridge coming into your shot again.
Going through the carousel of sausages, my paradise. Now going through the kink, still going to be single file.
Guys, we got Preston looking outside. Oh, he thinks better of it, but for a second he looked outside of Burns into Canada Corner, and he is on his gearbox.
Oh, man, this may be where the move
Ortiz
happens here out of 14.
and Porcelli off track. Ortiz and Porcelli dropping back. They're now down to 11 12. Both those
oh, no, that is terrible for Porcelli's championship.
And
he bends it! What just happened there? Hold up.
Those guys had beef.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we got Preston looking inside. Ted Burns into turn 1. They almost touch. Preston's to the lead down into 2 and 3.
So much going on. Let's get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay of the pass for the lead first. Great dive by Preston to the inside. Squeezes Teddy B out just a little.
Back, though.
Oh, this is going to be gutsy into 5.
Burns back to the lead into 5.
Preston's
He's back around.
Oh.
Wow. Clean outside move before they even get to turn 5.
Oh, some oppo there.
Boys, I think we got a race on our hands.
Up and down the field.
Okay, we're going to go back to this second replay. See what happened
Can we
here.
pause this race for a second and take a deep breath?
No.
I think we can.
Oh, that may have been Punterino.
Yeah, there was report discussion in-game chat, so that could be fascinating to see how that plays out.
I mean, it doesn't do anything for Porcelli, who's contending for a championship.
And meanwhile, we got another look for the lead down into Canada corner as Preston gets down inside, and he is clear through. Oh, it tracks out. Oh, he saves it.
Tight.
Bird's going to go for the inside. Oh, man. And that gives Preston the inside in the final corner up the run. But Ted Burns is going to have the run. Oh, man. Ted Burns going to have the hill.
Don't look now, boys.
We still have a whole third of this race to go.
I say, Kylo Ciacelli is closing.
Well, I would expect so with the shenanigans we're seeing up here at the lead. It is absolute elbows out, corner after corner, side-by-side racing, the likes of which you will only see in Indy Pro 2000.
This is absolutely
we have wheels
insane.
inside of wheels.
Oh, what a gutsy move
got the
there.
crossover, and Kylo's back in draft range right here.
This battle between the leaders really allowed Kylo time to close in on them. They're side by side in the turn 5. Once again, is this a repeat of what we just saw? Going through turn 5, Ted Burns going to take the lead under the Corvette bridge, going to hold on to it, and Chris Preston isn't going to give him anything for it.
And like we said, Kylo is back in draft range here. He is about to be a player here for the not just the third step on the podium, but maybe something higher.
Will anything happen in the sausage carousel?
The sausages are clean this lap.
I sure hope so. The USDA might not like it otherwise.
Dirty sausage is never a good thing.
Patrick, I have to completely agree with you. Turns 2 and 4 here are not turns. They're literally straights. Meanwhile,
he almost got into him. He almost got into him.
I feel like Chris Preston is trying to make Canada Corner Cannabis Corner with his sponsors here tonight.
That's a plug. I don't know if it's a plug we're allowed to make.
That's a plug. Like, I got a plug in for him. But, oh, Ted Burns with the early and aggressive cover of the inside.
That's going to allow Chris Preston to get side by side in the 1.
Is that a
really
bizzle?
Be able to squeeze him on exit.
It's a preemptive maneuver.
That was a bizzle, but it didn't work out how a bizzle should.
I'll get another sponsor plug in here, but
going through turn 2, you can see it's not a turn.
Well, and here, the two of them going side by side, we may say Ciacelli go to the lead here with the massive oh, he bum draft his teammate. He's pushing him to the lead.
I think I'm going to be sick.
All three of them almost took each other out. Everett Paddock wants to see that happen.
Yeah, Everett Paddock has no idea what's going on in front of him.
But Paddock has gone from 7 seconds back to under 5 seconds, and now 4.5 back. He is clawing back the time here on these top.
Oh, and he can see him now.
Play shenanigans.
He can see him into what, 7, 8.
It's now 3.5 seconds. He's pulled a full second in 3 turns.
Benjamin Kopke off the race course. Unfortunately, Richard Holt having an issue as well.
Holler so far with the big mover of the race. The 15 car. He's going to go for the lead into Canada Corner. They touch.
Whoa.
Almost 3 wide through Canada Corner.
Oh. And I don't even think that was a block by Teddy B. I think that was more just twitchy loose on exit. and using it to his advantage.
Paddock is now 2 seconds back from Kylo. He can smell what the Rock is cooking right now.
We're at Rockingham?
I was just about to say, I don't believe this is Rockingham, but we're close enough. You got the country right, as long as we're not talking about the English Rockingham. Still single file going into turn number 3, because turn 2 isn't a turn.
Well, here they come single file through turn 4, also not a turn.
It's got a cheese bridge, so we'll call it a turn.
Isn't that
they
the one
are
that
real
Mimo
cheese
Gidley
people
hit?
at Sargento.
I think that's the bridge that Mimo Gidley hit. That was huge in that Ganassi wreck.
I am in awe of the racing that we are seeing on track right now, gentlemen.
It's almost like you need to get your iRating up there so you can be with these guys.
Well, but ever since they changed it so oval iRating in this series doesn't count towards road, I've been in a free fall because I'm not a good road driver. Oh, we've got beef over in-game chat.
James is
Paddock
over
now
here
2
chewing on
seconds
himself.
back from Kylo.
You know, you saying we've got beef through the sausage corner, it all just adds up.
Well, we have pork through the sausage corner.
I am Batman checking in on YouTube. Looked at the iRacing replay. Diego and Porcelli had what most would say is a racing incident. After that, it got personal for sure.
Uh-oh.
Man, I just don't know if there's enough time for Everett Paddock to get caught up here. He's still sitting about 2 seconds
if they get
back of
3 wide
Kylo.
in here, we're coming to 2 to go. If they get racy, he pulled a full second twice, 2 different times in 1 lap. So, if you have to imagine there's some team orders discussion going on between Kylo and Chris in the TWRS cars about keeping it single file and not letting Maverick get back up here, but I don't know. Kylo has a fantastic opportunity here to get a great win. I would send it if I was him.
I just hope they all have fun.
I think that's.
Do you have orange slices ready after the race for your team there, James?
I don't want to talk about it.
By the way, Chase,
the penny candy at the Little League being topical as they stay single file here at in the podium positions. The penny candies at the Little League post game were always the best, and actually, as they come through the carousel, this will not surprise anyone on this broadcast as I completely hijack everything. They made a new rule at my Little League because I would go and use my 50 cents and get 50 penny candies. And they made a new rule that you could not get more than 5 penny candies at any one time because I did that.
So are you going to bring 10 nickels?
That would have been wise. But we're still nose to tail here, covered by less than half a second at the pointy end of the field. Ted is super twitchy through 14. Great run off, though.
Up the hill.
When is he going to move to cover?
White flag is out. 1 lap to go. It doesn't look like he's going to cover. The big move by Preston up to the inside. Oh, they almost made contact. Oh, and Ciacelli's going to have a shot.
Oh, wow. He absolutely chopped Kylo's nose. He wanted the run down to 5 from behind Preston, I do believe.
And Chris Preston, by the way, that last lap was the fastest lap of the race. He's going to run away with this one, I think.
Oh, Kylo up the inside. Oh, he tries to shove him off the road.
Kylo thought better of it. But like I called it, Ted wanted Ted wanted that run down into 5.
Oh,
to set
this
up the
is
rest
so
of the
not
lap.
smart. Don't want to go
Kylo
too
looking
wide
inside
here.
of Preston. Teammate on teammate violence.
He got him. Put Kylo.
Team Boss Watson, how do you feel about this?
Go live to James Watson.
Pain.
He can't even talk. Ciacelli with the gutsy move on Preston, going to get him up to the second position. The question now, is the gap too big? It's sitting at 0.6 of a second. The teammates are going to have to work together here all the way through to Canada Corner. I don't even think they're going to be close enough.
Turn out the lights.
It's
Turn out the lights. They're giving it up in in-game chat too.
Preston using all of Canada Corner there. Or that was all 3 of them using all of it, so we'll go with that call.
Through turn 14 for the final time. It's going to be one last
Preston
run up the
might
hill.
get Kylo at the line, but an absolute masterclass by Ted Burns to pull out the victory there.
We're going to hear an absolute talking to here from James Watson to his employees here in the post-race interviews.
How about 0.005 of a second separating Kylo Ciacelli and Chris Preston at the checkered flag? But your race winner is going to be Ted Burns. A fantastic drive here tonight.
I can't believe we just watched that race.
As always, Road America absolutely phenomenal for the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. And we're going to do it again next week. Phoenix Raceway, yes, let's go.
Legacy Phoenix in the late afternoon. It's going to be awesome. And then we're going to wrap up the season at Nordschleife.
With nap time.
I like the Nürburgring.
Gesundheit.
Yes, you can direct all the hate to me in the comments, by the way, but the Nürburgring, the Nordschleife, absolutely sucks as a racetrack. Great test track, one of the purest driving tests on the planet. It's not a good racetrack. At least not in the sim world, anyway. But we got other fish to fry here first. Let's take a look and get you your race results. Ted Burns, your winner by, call it about a half second over Kylo Ciacelli. 0.006 separating Ciacelli and Preston at the line. Great run for Kylo. Everett Paddock coming home 4th. Nicholas Daly rounds out the top 5. 6 through 10 going to be Nagisa Yoshikawa, Frank Wynn, Carl Lemkool, Frankie D, and Russ Addy. Back through the 18 starters here tonight. Mike Collar coming home in the 11th position. Jai Potts in 12th. Richard Holt 13th. Tom Whitmer 14th. Brian Labarge, the final car on the lead lap in the 15th position. Benjamin Kupke, David Porcelli, and Diego Ortiz going out of this one early on.
Big shout out to Michael Holler here with the Indy Pro 2000. Big mover of the race, up 7 positions. 4 more than any other driver in the race.
I don't know where you're getting your math. I'm seeing Holler is up 5. Hard charger of the race would be Frankie D, up 9.
So what's interesting, you say that, but I'm sitting here looking at Joel Racing timing that shows
yes,
Frankie D
because
plus
you joined
3.
late. You joined after the start.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Frankie D also being one of the only cars to take a pit stop and finish the race.
He took a pit stop? No.
He did take a pit stop. He pitted on lap 16 for a pit time of 2.85 seconds.
Well, lap 16 is after the race ended there, Patrick. So you might want to grab another Johnsonville while you're at it.
I'm sorry, my timing is showing me as him pitting.
Oh God, this is
he came into the pit
a dumpster fire. We're gonna go and do the victory lane interviews here while these guys argue over their sausages. Let's let's get the, let's see which cameras we want to use here. We'll pick up the good ones. And we will bring in our race winner here tonight, Mr. Ted Burns. And, man, I'll tell you what there, Teddy, you guys put on a hell of a show at the front of the field. Talk us through that battle, especially that last lap with Kylo and Chris. Just intense for really 15 straight laps.
Yeah, that was a long race for sure. It was, definitely on the toes the entire time. They were really fast, and I could tell they were they weren't really pushing me with like 2-3 laps to go. So I could tell they're saving something up for the last lap, and they had a hell of a run on that final lap. So it was really tough to try and defend it and position my car, but luckily was able to get the job done going into 5 and be in the spot I wanted to and come out ahead.
Well, that was one of the things that the overly large broadcast booth tonight mentioned, was the fact that do you give up the spot at turn 1 to have the advantage at turn 5? Was that kind of playing into the decision-making process?
A little bit, because obviously it helps, but it's hard when you're battling 2 cars, because if it's just one-on-one, obviously, yeah, you can give up and set up a huge run, but you got to be really careful not to get jumped into turn 3 or anything with Kylo back there. So Road America being my home track, I'm confident going inside or outside into every corner here. So I was confident just sending it around the outside and trying to make it stick best I could. So trying to stay as close to Chris as possible on that out of 1 and just give myself the best shot down the straight.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, it was a fantastic show you guys put on for us tonight. We appreciate it as always. And before we let you go, get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, first off, love to thank Downforce Racing. Setup this week was a rocket ship. We're so fast and straight line. I've never been good at qualifying this car, so it was great to start up front there. That was a nice change of pace. And thanks you guys for putting on the broadcast. I love watching it, following it every week. Really wish I could race it a bit more. This was the one race I had circled on the schedule all season, and luckily my schedule with work worked out, so I could come race it with you guys and get only my second broadcast win, which I think is a little crazy, as I feel like I see you guys a lot. But thanks for putting on such a great show and everyone showing up and racing the series.
All right, bud. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us here. And now it's time for us to talk to the runner-up this evening. A guy who we talk to a lot because, well, he covers the TNT series with us. But tonight, he's picking up a second spot on the podium. Kylo Ciacelli, congratulations. Talk to me about that last lap. Teddy kind of squeezing you out towards turn 5. That's what we see on the replay here now. You're fighting with the teammate, Chris Preston. There was a lot of moving parts to that last lap.
There was a million things going through my head right there. I want the win. I don't need the win. Chris needs the win. I don't want to wreck them. Everything. But luckily, none of it happened. Ted squeezed me down to the left, and I guess Chris just took a little bit off the corner, and I was able to get around him and try and go for Ted at the end, but just didn't have it out of the carousel. A little bit of understeer, and was just too far back. So got second place, though. Got that, man, that's a hard-earned one, but I got to say right away, I'm sorry to David. My bad. Locked up on the wrong side of the track and pushed him wide. And got him into an incident that should never happen in a race like this. So, yeah, just apologies to David, but good result for all of us overall.
Yeah, that's a big one here. We talked about it. David having his issues, Everett finishing behind you. Graham Sanders isn't here. This is an absolutely monster number that's going up on the board. Possibly a springboard to 6th, 7th, 8th in points for you. A lot of confidence heading into next week at Phoenix?
Confidence isn't the right word. I know I can be quick, and I know that the car can be quick. It's just a matter of it all coming together. I've had a lot of bad luck, and I've made quite a few mistakes this year, and it's cost me a lot at the other ovals as well. So I'm optimistic, I'll say, about Phoenix. I realize that I'm basically out of the Div 1 title. I can maybe get Div 2 back, but Rich Holt has a big points gap on me, and I got to make it up, and Nordschleife isn't going to be my friend as well, so it's got to be next week.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations on the runner-up finish here tonight, and before we let you go, get all those big sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yep, of course. Thanks to Team Watson Race Setups for the setup. Chris and I were both using a season ago set, which is a little bit different. Everybody gave us some advantages, so that was nice to have. Limo Boys Racing, of course, Chris, and all of our sponsors that don't know I put their names on our card, DeChaco Farms, Pit Viper, Cannabis Retail Store, Petro Canada, and everybody else I'm forgetting. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, Kyla, thank you much. We appreciate you checking in with us here. And now we're going to bring in our third place finisher tonight here, Mr. Chris Preston. And man, I'll tell you what, you went from grabbing the lead, ultimately sliding back towards getting the home in a third position here. Absolutely wild last couple of laps for you, but really kind of the whole 15 was wild from the driver's seat of your machine.
Yeah, that race was nuts. I absolutely love this combination. The Indy Pros at Road America have to be up there with one of the best combinations in the entire service, and tonight's race showed why. There's just so many places to pass, inside, outside, it doesn't matter. If you're good, you can make it work. Shame what happened to David tonight. I know Kylo apologized for it in his interview, but we still had a pretty good battle up front, and all things considered, it was clean, so credit to Kylo and Ted for that one.
Yeah, the battling is something that really kind of boggles my mind a little bit, because when you look at Road America, you see 3 or 4 passing zones. The reality is, in these Indy Pro cars, the vast majority of the racetrack can become a passing zone if you try hard enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to, there's a few ill-advised places to pass. Ted tried one on me, the corner, the left right after Canada corner there. We got really close there, but you can make that work if you get the exit speed out of Canada corner, and there's several others. Really, any corner can be a passing opportunity if you're trying hard enough.
Well, it was a fun one tonight, man. We appreciate you coming to hang out with us for a few minutes here. And before we let you go, get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, for sure. I got to thank Team Watson Racing, Limo Boys Racing, and of course it's great to be on the podium here with my teammate Kylo, who, as he mentioned, has had some rough races this season. So for him to put one together and finish second is fantastic for him. And of course, thanks to our sponsor, DeChaco Farms, and you guys for this excellent broadcast tonight.
All right, bud. Well, thank you much. We appreciate you checking in with us here, and we'll try to do this one around the horn style. We'll come to Patrick Byrne first. Bizzle, that was everything we want to see out of a race on the iRacing platform. Close racing, tight stuff. The netcode gods played nicely with it tonight. That was just all around fantastic to watch.
That was, it might be the beer talking, but I didn't realize I was watching a computer simulation. I thought this was a real race at Road America, and I was about ready to go to the store and pick up some Johnsonville brats and throw them on the grill. That was fantastic.
That's a third sausage joke, at least. Third, probably fourth or fifth at this point. But
third, I think.
Yeah, probably a little bit closer. Jason, we'll come to you here. This was... Well, let's get your perspective first. You joined Top Split a little bit late after not finishing lap 1, so you'll have the full bill for next season in Indy Pro. You get wrecked out of that one, you join into this one, and you joined in for an absolute barn burner. This one was epic.
It's not often that I'm speechless. I know you guys know how much I like to talk, but that was an absolutely phenomenal road race. It's why this is simultaneously the best kept secret on the iRacing platform and the best car to race. And the coolest thing is we get to go to one of the most banger ovals that exists on the iRacing platform next week when we go to Legacy Phoenix. It's free if you own the car, and I know 12,000 of you do own the car. You need to be out there next week running this at Phoenix, and we got some pretty competitive free sets on the forum, so get out there and run it.
I think we need to get Greg West in the booth here for the broadcast next week.
I mean, I did win at Worldwide Tech, so if I can back that up with some decent performances next week, I would love to be the in-race reporter for the insanity that will be Legacy Phoenix next week. We're going late afternoon, so we're going to have a hot, slick, greasy track. It's going to be a fun one.
Yes, I am looking forward to it. And James, I'm coming to you last for a reason. All in all, your Team Watson Racing guys had a pretty darn good night. Obviously,
Jill
Kylo
Watson.
and Chris on the podium. Nagisa coming home 6th. David had his incident, which sounds like that's going to be sent off for review. But all in all, not a bad night. I mean, we ran the Team Watson Racing setups ad before the race here. You guys are doing some fantastic work over there, and it's showing in the results.
Yeah, we've just got some little more to go. We've still got to build up more of a reputation for ourselves. Like, as you can see, the stuff we put out, every car we do is amazing and is faster than the other places out there. We just need to keep putting our head down and working and get to where everyone can see, oh yeah, stuff is incredible.
Yeah, James, it wasn't a setup reason why the TWRS guys didn't win the race tonight. It was that Ted was carrying around a couple extra 100 pounds of cojones there into turn 5.
I would say testicular
really
fortitude. Yeah. All in all, fantastic night here for the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. Got a lot more stuff coming up next week. We're back Wednesday night with the Sim Racers Club kicking off the second half of their season. That will run through December. If you can believe it, we're almost to season 4 on the iRacing platform. And talking about racing that runs to the end of the calendar year. I don't know where the hell summer went, but it's gone. Following that Thursday night, Burt Wojcik, Adam Rubright will be back with the High Side Hustle at 7 p.m. in the East. Follow that up with the Ezra IndyCar Series making their triumphant return. I am looking forward to that one in a huge way. And then we're going to be right back here for Legacy Phoenix and the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. Don't want to miss any of it. Fantastic work by our team of intrepid reporters over on the website. Ben Carswell covering Indy cars. Alex Gray handling our NASCAR coverage. Mark Hackett handling the dirt modifieds. Burt Wojcik handling the sprint cars. A lot of news there. Make sure you check it out at nationalracingnetwork.com. But until next time, for Jason Owens, James.
Chris.
What? Yes.
One last thing. We're 10 weeks away from the next season, season 5 of the TNT Shock Series.
Yes, that will be here before we know it, too. Time to start recruiting for that. These cars on great ovals. Yes, please. Sold. But with that, now we are getting the heck out of here. For Jason, Patrick, James, and everybody here at the National Racing Network that makes these broadcasts happen, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We will talk to you all soon. Have a good night, everybody.